Whoa, didn't see you there. Well, now that you're here, let me let you in on a little secret. Today we're going to be building a brand new $3,000 PC for my fiance using the 12th gen Intel Core i5-12600K, which was sent to me over by Intel to help create this video. And the best part is, she doesn't even know we're building it. This is going to be a fun one, guys. Let's get into it. Before that, make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you never miss another video. Alright, so first, let's start off with the parts I'll be using for this gaming/workstation PC build, and while I show them to you, I'll talk about why I chose them and the current market value of each and every piece if you were to buy them right now. Then we'll get into the building portion itself, what programs my fiance will be using on this PC, and how those parts that I chose will benefit her, and finally we'll reveal the PC to her and get her reaction to the completed build. But first, let's get to the most exciting part of the build, the CPU. Now, the reason why I say this is the most exciting part is because the CPU I'm using for this build, the 12th gen Intel Core i5-12600K, is a brand new product that Intel just launched and sent to me for this video, and it's a massive improvement over any of their previous products in a lot of ways. For starters, it's built on Intel's new 10nm enhanced SuperFin process, which has allowed them to pack a staggering 10 cores into the i5 range for the first time ever, which has led to massive multi-core performance gains. And speaking of cores, the Intel Core i5-12600K features a brand new hybrid design, increasing efficiency significantly by splitting up the cores into 6 big performance cores to handle the most demanding tasks, and 4 efficient cores to handle all your background applications or add some extra performance when doing a stressful multi-core test. And in my testing, this actually works really great thanks to an in-silicon technology called Thread Director, which was created by Intel to communicate with Windows and assign all tasks to the appropriate cores for maximum performance, and in fact Windows 11 was made from the ground up with this in mind. And so by using all this new technology, Intel has been able to achieve a massive performance gain in not only the multi-core performance but also single-core performance and gaming, which makes these 12th gen CPUs great for video/photo editing especially, which my fiance will definitely appreciate, but we'll touch on that a little bit more later on in the video. Now let's move on to the other parts in this build, and the second most exciting part of this build is definitely the GPU, and here I chose the EVGA RTX 3080 Ti XE3 Hybrid. Now, the reason why I chose this is actually because I like to liquid cool a lot of things, and this one takes up a lot less room than a lot of other cards that are available. Additionally, it has 12 gigabytes of VRAM, which is great for workstation tasks as well as gaming. Now, you can really only get it for around $2,000 on eBay, so absolutely ridiculous, and that's definitely going to add a huge chunk to the overall build. Now, next up, we have the RAM, and here I chose some Samsung B die. This is 16 gigabytes at 3600 megahertz, 1636 CAS latency. Chose this because B die is definitely going to give us much better performance. Now, this I've seen on sale for around $180, but only if you can actually find it, because a lot of B die is definitely really hard to find. And next up, we have the motherboard, and here we have the MSI Z690 Tomahawk DDR4, which was sent to me by Intel as well, so thank you guys for that. And this one actually goes for about $340, and honestly, this is a really great looking board, and I think it fits this whole aesthetic really nicely, which is another reason why I chose to go with this motherboard. And then next up, we have the case, which I'm using the Corsair 220T. I chose this because I think it's going to fit on her desk really nicely and just barely be able to squeeze in all the parts. This goes for around $125 online. And then next up, we have the power supply, where I chose the Corsair HX1000 Platinum because this is going to deliver more than enough power to all the different parts that we're going to need, and this typically goes on sale for around $200. And finally, to cool the 12600K, because I definitely want to cool it really well since I will potentially be overclocking it, I chose the Corsair H150i Elite LCD, which was sent to me, disclaimer, by Corsair, so thank you guys for that. And this thing typically retails for around $290. I also chose this because I think that my fiance is really going to like the LCD display, and I'm going to go ahead and put something on there that I think she's really going to like. Now, in total, this comes to around $3,435. Definitely way more than it normally would be in normal times, but overall, I think it's going to be a really nice build. But now let's go ahead and move on to the actual building of this PC, and while I show you some B-roll of me building parts of this PC, I think it's actually a great time to talk about what my fiance is actually going to be using this PC for, and how these different various parts can actually help her achieve what she's trying to do. So typically when she hops on the PC, she's going to be playing a game like Apex Legends with me and my friends, friends, and she might also play some other single player games by herself as well. So we're definitely going to be needing a strong GPU, considering that she's also potentially going to be playing this at 4K, as I do believe I'm going to be giving her an old 4K 144Hz display that I've had sitting around. And so yeah, we're going to need a lot of GPU grunt. On top of that, she's going to be playing at 144Hz, which means she's going to need a really strong CPU, and that's where the 12600K comes in, because it's definitely a really powerful CPU when it comes to gaming, one of the best available right now. So it's going to be a perfect pairing when it comes to her gaming needs. Now, moving on to what else she does on here, of course, she's going to be doing some other stuff, potentially like spreadsheets and stuff like that, but anything can do that. But where it starts to get a little bit more intensive is when she might be doing some photo or video editing, as she likes to take photos and videos on her camera. So this is where, again, the 12600K is going to be a massive benefit, because with those 10 cores and a total of 16 threads, this is going to be way more processing power than she has ever had her hands on before, especially compared to like some school laptops that she's been using. So this is going to be a massive increase in terms of performance, and it's finally going to allow her to edit 4K videos and photos with ease, as the 12600K, like I mentioned earlier, is really great for photo and video editing, especially in the Adobe software. I have definitely noticed using 12th gen Intel Core processors that they are really fast when it comes to the Adobe software suite, which is something that both me and my fiance use, and it's going to be an absolute perfect pairing when it comes to that. It's just like that single-threaded performance is so strong on top of a strong multi-core performance that just really rips through any tasks when it comes to the Adobe software suite. So that's why I chose the 12600K especially for this build. But now that the entire PC has been assembled, let's go ahead and show it to her and see what her reaction is.
What did you want me to see?
Go check out right over there.
Ooh. Is this for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Aw, really? Oh, whoa. That is so cool.
Look at this.
Oh, that's so cool. That's Perfect. How did you know? Yours. That's so cool.
Yeah, so this cooler has a thing on there that can play GIFs. And that one looks really nice. I like that.
That's so cool. That's like my favorite. And you got my favorite color in here. You got one of my favorite movies in here. So I'm like ecstatic. I'm over the movie. I love it. I love it so much. It feels really good, really smooth. The frame rate is great. I was able to get 2 clean kills in, and that was like a shock to me. You didn't like this edit.
Yeah, gee, I wonder why. It's the laziest edit I've ever seen.
It was really fast. I just apparently suck at Photoshop, and I need to work on it a little bit.
That's a little rough.
It's bad. My college professors would be pissed.
Well, there you go. Looks like she did indeed like it. And if you liked this video, make sure to hit that like button and share this video with as many of your friends as you can, as I think they'll really enjoy this one. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next video.